Hare Krishna. So, who are in the call?
Prabhuji, yeah, Sadish Prabhu was joined.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Okay, Hare Krishna. 1 second. Hare Krishna. So, do let me know if you are able to see the screen.
Yes, Prabhuji.
That's interesting. I don't know. There is some issue. I think I can only now see Parminder Mataji. She has joined, but there are no other participants. I think this
Hare
is
Krishna,
because
Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. I think this is because I have. Okay. I hope this works now. Okay. Do let me know if you can hear me well.
Yes,
Yes,
Prabhu.
Prabhuji.
Okay. So let's continue. I think from the verse number 26, maybe we can go till 36, I think, today. So, Satish Prabhu, can you read those 10 verses? I think last time you did, right? Hare Krishna, we can't hear you. In case if you're talking, you're on mute.
Oh, sorry, Prabhuji, I was on mute. I'm just thinking, Prabhuji, did we read it 25 or?
Till 20.
Yeah,
Fine.
basically, Lord Shiva came out from, yes, Prabhuji. Yeah, yes, exactly. And from, 26, Prabhuji, yes. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Lord Shiva became very pleased with the Prasiddhas because generally Lord Shiva is the protector of pious persons and persons of gentle behavior. Being very much pleased with the princess, she began to speak as follows. Lord Shiva said, "You are the sons of King Prachina Barhi, and I wish all good fortune to you. I also know what you are going to do, and therefore I am visible to you just to show my mercy upon you." Lord Shiva continued, "Any person who is surrendered to the Supreme Personality of Godhead Krishna, the controller of everything, material nature as well as the living entity, is actually very dear to me. A person who executes his occupational duty properly for 100 births becomes qualified to occupy the post of Brahma, and if he becomes more qualified, he can approach Lord Shiva. A person who is directly surrendered to Lord Krishna or Vishnu in unalloyed devotional service is immediately promoted to the spiritual planets. Lord Shiva and other demigods attain these planets after the destruction of this material world. You are all devotees of the Lord, and as such, I appreciate that you are as respectable as the Supreme Personality of Godhead Himself. I know in this way that the devotees also respect me, and I am to them. Thus, no one can be as dear to the devotees as I am. Now I shall chant one mantra which is not only transcendental, pure, and auspicious, but is the best prayer for anyone who is aspiring to attain the ultimate goal of life. When I chant this mantra, please hear it carefully and attentively. The great sage Maitreya continued, out of his causeless mercy, the exalted personality, Lord Shiva, a great devotee of Lord Narayana, continued to speak to the king's sons, who were standing with folded hands. Lord Shiva addressed the Supreme Personality of Godhead with the following prayer. O Supreme Personality of Godhead, all glories unto you. You are the most exalted of all self-realized souls. Since you are always auspicious for the self-realized, I wish that you be auspicious for me. You are worshipable by virtue of all perfect instructions. You give. You are the super soul. Therefore, I offer my obeisances unto you as a supreme living being. My Lord, you are the origin of the creation by virtue of the lotus flower which sprouts from your navel. You are the supreme controller of the senses and the sense objects, and you are also all-pervading Vasudeva. You are most peaceful, and because you are self-illuminated existence, you are not disturbed by the 6 kinds of transformations. My dear Lord, you are the origin of the subtle material ingredients, the master of all integration, as well as the master of all disintegration, the predominating deity named Sankarsana, and the master of all intelligence known as the predominating deity Pradyumna. Therefore, I offer my respectful obeisances unto you. Till this, Prabhuji, only 10 verses or? Okay. Till 36.
Yeah, or 36 you can, you can
Okay.
speak from 36 till 36.
Okay, Prabhuji. My Lord, as the supreme directing deity known as Aniruddha, you are the master of the senses and the mind. I therefore offer my obeisances unto you again and again. You are known as Ananta as well as Sankarshana because of your ability to destroy the whole creation by the blazing fire from your mouth. Hare Krishna.
Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Yep. Homagyantivrandhasya Gyananjanasalakaya Chakshuranmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanyamanoabhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Katamahim Dadati Swapadhantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalan Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Shagrajatam Shahagana Vitam Tam Sajeevam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahaganalita Shri Vishaka Anvitamscha नमो ओम विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामिनिति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे पंचकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधो दीनबंधो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमोस्तुते तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय, ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय, ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। Narayana namaskrutyam naram chaiva narottamam devim saraswatim vyasam tado jayamudhirayet nashta prayeshu abhadreshu nityam bhagavata sevaya bhagavati uttama shloke bhaktir bhavati naishtiki krishnaya vasudevaya devaki nandanaya cha nandagopa kumaraya govindaya namo namaha. Hare Krishna. So we are in the fourth canto, in the chapter number 24, which is the incident where Prachetas, sons of King Prachinabarhi, who is the descendant coming in the lineage of Prithu Maharaj. Yeah, so he has guided his 10 sons, sorry, Prachetas, to one second. Yep, to execute very important duty. Of course, he didn't say that you do this. He didn't say do this. He actually give them a vision, and that vision is, yeah, you support in the plans of Lord Brahma. What is the plan? Is to increase the population in the world. And when Prachinabarhi said that, okay, get married, what they did is they went to the forest to perform austerity, to perform penance to Lord Vishnu. When they were going, they came across Lord Shiva. I think last week we were discussing about this, that Lord Shiva is all merciful. And here we will further understand. After understanding the genealogical line of Prithu Maharaj, and then Vijitatsva, Havirdhana, Prachina Bari, and then Prachetas, then Vidra is asking the question about the meeting of Lord Shiva and Prachetas. So definitely when Mahatmas, great personalities like Vidura are asking questions, it's definitely very, very important, very pure, very auspicious, and not mundane, which is transcendental. So definitely this chapter will definitely help us to attain that. And there is direct verse of Lord Shiva who is granting this. So it's very important that we appreciate this. And then Lord Shiva arrived, explained the inclination towards Lord Vasudeva's devotees. This is what Satish Prabhu, you are reading from the verse 26. We can see. Verse 26 is telling about Lord Shiva became very pleased. So we take it from there. Actually, we could have gone through the whole chapter, remaining chapter today, but I thought of taking sufficient time to understand this subject matter. Let me open my notes. Yeah. So Lord Shiva became very pleased with Prachetas. So this is the translation that goes sa he Lord Shiva tan prapannati haro prapanna arti hara means one who drives away all kinds of dangers. Hara arti means all disturbances, all kinds of dangers. We come across this word from Bhagavad Gita, where we see that there are 4 kinds of people who go to the Lord. In that there is artha artis, artha artis. So this means we are all can sense people who are suffering in the material world. One is definitely there, that there are dangers, all kinds of dangers all over. And then who can drive away? Here we see that Lord Shiva, prapanna arti hara, is the one who drives away the dangers. He is the Bhagavan. And what kind of Bhagavan he is? He is Dharma Vatsala. You know, Krishna is well known as Bhakta Vatsala. And Lord Shiva here, he is addressed. Maitra Rishi is telling to Vidura that, you know what? Satan Prapannarti Haro Bhagavan Dharma Vatsala Dharma Dhyan Shila Sampannan Prita Pritan Uvachaha. So he spoke out of what? Out of Preeti, very gentle. Being very much pleased with princess, he began to speak as follows. Uh, who is Lord Shiva? You know, we can see here Maitra Rishi is addressing him as that he is uh, mm, protector of pious people and people who are of gentle behavior. So Shiva is Dharma Vatsala, which is fond of. In the purport, Prabhupada is mentioning, find Lord Shiva described as Dharma Vatsala. Of course, Dharma Vatsala refers to the person who lives according to religious principles. Uh, Lord Shiva has deal with persons who are in the mode of passion, who are in the mode of ignorance. Such persons are not always very much religious and pious in their activities, but since they worship Lord Shiva for some material profit, they sometimes obey the religious principle, isn't it? Uh, in any case, we can see that if someone wanted to please Lord Shiva, they all of a sudden become a austerious life, that they go to the forest, they do tapasya uh, in lonely place in the forest, and then they are ready to live a very austere life, not eating, not sleeping, but always only chanting the names of Lord Shiva, Om Namah Shivaya. In that way, they are calling out. They are keeping aside all their um, desires, but for some time they become religious by following those religious principles. And as soon as Lord Shiva sees that his devotees are following religious principles, uh, he's saying, hey, this guy has already reformed, uh, has um, regulated, he's following dharma. So let me bless him. So this is the mood of Lord Shiva, and that's why here Maitra Rishi is addressing Lord Shiva as Dharma Vatsala. And why is Lord Shiva very pleased? Because uh, Prachetas are very pious. Prachetas are very pious. Otherwise, if someone is asked now get married, what are we going to do? We'll immediately turn on all uh, sources through which we can look for attractive, suitable girl. But what Prachetas did, they have took up uh, the path of actually seeking blessings. So this shows that they are very pious, which means they are dharma. They are following the path of dharma. Then Lord Shiva is Dharma Vatsala. This is another reason. Prachetas are sons of Vaishnava. If you see, they come in this lineage, so they are Vaishnavas. So that also pleased Lord Shiva, and Shiva as such offered prayers to Krishna. So this also means that he is coming across his devotees, that also pleases him. What does this mean is that Lord Shiva is happy when he is in association of Vaishnavas. So these are the reasons. So Lord Shiva became very pleased with Prachetas, because generally Lord Shiva is protector of pious people and persons of gentle behavior. Being very much pleased with the princess, he began to speak as follows. So Lord Shiva could understand that the princes were sons of Vaishnavas, and as such, Lord Shiva offered prayers to the Supreme Lord as follows. Sri Rudra Uvacha. So hmm, we see from here that Lord Shiva is going to offer hmm, first prayer. Yuyam Vedi Saddha Putra Viditam Vach Chikirshitam Anugrahaya Bhadram Va Evam Me Darshanam Kritam. So he's saying, I am visible to you just to show my mercy upon you. So Lord Shiva, he says that, okay, I wish you all good fortune to you. I also know what you are going to do, and therefore I am visible to you. So this is very important for us to know. If someone want to have darshan of Lord Shiva, what should we do? We are worshipping Lord Shiva, and how can we have the success in that? Is very very key here, because Lord Shiva himself personally he's saying, I wish all good fortune. Uh, that wishes are always there if someone is following the path of dharma, because he is dharma vatsala, and not only that, he wishes good fortune if we have right intentions in our worship. Hmm. So Lord Shiva indicates here. Hmm, Lord Shiva blessed. Why? Because he knows that they are going to perform, or they are going to worship Vasudeva. Because Lord Shiva knows this, he was very pleased. And because he is very pleased, he is giving all blessings for all good fortune, for success. A devotee need not try to please all the demigods separately. Here in this case, we can clearly see Lord Shiva is automatically pleased when one is pleasing Lord Vasudeva. And when one takes to the Krishna consciousness, sometimes there might be a doubt, oh, should I also worship Durga? Should I also worship Shiva? Should I also worship Ganesh? So when we are seeing all them as independent, we are not only committing offense, to the holy name. What is that? To consider the demigods like Lord Brahma, Lord Shiva as equal to or independent uh, of the Lord Krishna, that is an offense. So in this process, because we do not have clarity, so what is happening is we commit offenses, and it's not good. So a devotee need not try to please all demigods separately. What does that mean? It means Prabhupada writes in next purports very nicely to understand the the essence from this chapter, because Lord Shiva is not an ordinary personality. This also we will discuss later. That comes. So, thus a devotee of a Lord does not need to try to please demigods separately. Why? Because this indicates that a person who is not yet devotee of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, but who desires to serve Supreme Lord, receives the benedictions of the demigods, headed by the chief demigod, Lord Shiva. Just in this verse, as Lord Shiva is blessing all fortune to the Prachetas. Indeed, we didn't see here that, okay, the Prachetas were actually looking for Lord Shiva. No, they were going, they were at the lake, and then when they reached that lake, Lord Shiva came out on his own will. And himself is he understood what is the purpose of them coming, and he appreciated that, and he blessed. What they were keen to please Lord Vasudeva. It is a fact that they were going to worship Lord Vishnu by severe austerities and penances. Knowing this fact, Lord Shiva immediately became very pleased. Hmm? And this is what we can see here. Yuyam Vedasad Putra. Here is saying Viditam va Chikir Shitam. Shikir Shitam means desires. What is the desire they had? This is very important. Anugrahaya Bhadram va. So, for the matter of showing you mercy, Anugrahaya Bhadram, all good fortune to you, I have come. So, a devotee here, Prabhupada gives further understanding. Simply by worshipping Lord, Supreme Lord, a devotee can please all of them. Nor does he have to ask the demigods for material benedictions, for the demigods, being pleased with devotee, automatically offer him everything that he needs. So, even if there is a material desire at the corner of our heart, we don't know. If it is good, if it's needed. Someone is getting a call. Hmm. Sorry. So, even those will be taken care. Why? Because Lord, the demigods are eager. The demigods are eager. What is the proof? The proof is, we come across where Krishna devotees, though they are not interested in liberation, but liberation is at their doorsteps. Srila Bilvamangal Thakur said that if one has unalloyed devotion for the Supreme Lord, the goddess of liberation is ready to serve him, to say nothing of gods of material opulences. So we know dharma, artha, kama, moksha. Moksha is the last stage. Even that, huh, the goddess of liberation is ready to offer it to a devotee if one is having unalloyed devotional service to the Supreme Lord. So what won't it attract? Huh? The power to actually come to a level of detachment. Why will not it attract even the demigods? They will be very pleased. Hey, this person he understood what is the purpose of life. He understood what is the goal of life. He understood his relationship with the Supreme Lord. So Lord Shiva is extremely happy, pleased, and he grants auspiciousness, good fortune, blessings for success. So we don't have to go to each and every demigod, forgetting that by being situated in transcendental position, he receives all benefits of dharma, artha, kama, and moksha. That comes automatically. Devotees need not long for them, but they are there at their disposal. Yeah, param ramhasah sakshat triguණाद jiva samjit samjitat bhagavantam vasudevam prapanna sapriyo hi me. So here it's very clear what Lord Shiva does. What Lord Shiva does and what pleases Lord Shiva is very clear here. What is dear to Shiva? He says, any person who is surrendered to the Supreme Personality of Godhead Krishna, the controller of everything, material nature as well as living entity, is actually very dear to me. These are the words of Lord Shiva, direct words of him. These are accounted to understand, to get an understanding that Lord Shiva is very happy. If we want to please Lord Shiva, what should we do? If we have become Lord Shiva's devotee, what does it mean? It doesn't mean that, okay, because Lord Shiva exhibits uncommon, extraordinary, inconceivable activities. Yeah, his followers cannot do it. The example is that because Lord Shiva has drank poison, so okay, maybe I try. That's too risky because such an imitation is very, very dangerous. No, maybe if poison is too dangerous, why to take so life risking thing? Let me take to what do you call this? Uh, Intoxication. Okay, yeah, that I can get high if I take some pipe, yeah, some drugs or something. Because we may think, oh, the mood of Lord Shiva. No, we cannot understand his mood. How can we understand his mood is only to hear to what he is directly saying. Any person who is surrendered to the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna, the controller of everything, material nature as well as the living entity, is actually very dear to me. Why Lord Shiva came before princess is very clearly evident. He was not directed. Lord Shiva is not directed. Okay, now you are a servant, now you go. No. We understand the position of Lord Shiva later, how great he is, personality. He is a, I think it's in the purport, next purport it will come. We know that Vaishnavanam Yatha Shambhu. Lord Shiva is a great, foremost in the of the devotees. And because they are devotees, prachetas, that's why Lord Shiva came in front of them to give them blessings, to be pleased in their association. Now, Lord Shiva explains the reason he has personally come before the princess. It is because all the princes are devotees of Lord Krishna. Bahunam Janmanam Ante. Because it is very rare. Not everyone is easily able to become Krishna devotees. It's very, very rare. Bahunam Janmanamante Gnanavam Mam Prapadyante. After many, many births and deaths, he who actually in knowledge surrenders to me, knowledge itself, okay, maybe one can acquire knowledge. Bahunam Janmanamante, maybe in so many lives and deaths, yeah, one would have conducted so many pious activities. That is also not only karmis who have attained Vasudeva in partially, or Gyanis, they may not also worship Vasudeva. Huh? Vasudeva Sarvamiti. That is the understanding. If by karmi or by Jnani, uh, Jnana or karma, whatever activities one takes, if they are able to understand that it is Vasudeva Sarvam Iti, Samahatma Sudurlabha. Such people are very, very rare. A person who is fully surrendered unto the Supreme Lord is very rare. Samahatma Sudurlabha. Such a rare opportunity. When Lord Shiva is seeing, hey, these prachetas who are devotees of Lord Vishnu, they are coming, they want to perform. So it is very, very rare. And such a great soul is very rare. Lord Shiva is rarely seen by common men. So Lord Shiva, who is best among Vaishnavas, huh, he himself is very rarely seen by common men. And similarly, a person who is fully surrendered unto Vasudeva, Krishna, is also very rarely seen, because a person who is fully surrendered to Krishna is very rare. How? Because if you take the whole population of Germany, how many have taken to Krishna consciousness? Very few. How many are very seriously practicing Krishna consciousness? Very, very few. How many have attained the stage of pure devotion? Very, 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 very rare. And when such a rare person he is coming, when we come across that so and so Swamiji, so and so Maharaj is coming, traveling, and then such a rare opportunity, when we know, we should make best of it. Here we see Lord Shiva himself, he is coming, and he is coming to see Prachetas who are Vaishnavas. Lord Shiva came especially to see Prachetas because they were fully surrendered unto the Supreme Person of Godhead, Vasudeva. Vasudeva is also mentioned in the beginning of Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam in the mantra Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Since Vasudeva is the ultimate truth, Lord Shiva openly proclaims that one who is a devotee of Lord Vasudeva, who is surrendered to Lord Krishna, is actually very dear to him. Lord Vasudeva, Krishna, is worshipable not only by ordinary living entities, but by demigods like Lord Shiva, Lord Brahma, and others. Yam Brahma, Varunendra, Yam Brahma, Varunendra, Rudra, Maruta, Stunamanti, Divyai, Stavai. Who? Krishna is worshipped by Lord Brahma, Lord Vishnu, Varuna, Indra, Chandra, and other demigods. And that is also a situation with a devotee. We have to understand this. Usually we see that demigods, we are being predominated by these predominating deities. They are demigods, and we are under their control. Everything is under their control. Let's please them. When we please them, when they give us happiness, we are happy. When they are giving us austerities, we are suffering. So we are so much dependent on them. Let's worship them. Now here we see that one who worships Lord Krishna, Vasudeva, is who are doing that. Even the demigods, what are they doing? They are not independent. And when we talk about they are not independent, means they are dependent. First thing. And definitely, when they are dependent, are they equal? No. So this is the understanding. Lord Brahma, Lord Shiva, Indra, Chandra, Varuna, and all other demigods. This is also situation with devotee, means indeed one who takes to Krishna consciousness immediately becomes very dear to everyone who is simply finding out and beginning to understand what Krishna consciousness actually is. Similarly, all the demigods are also trying to find out who is actually surrendered to Lord Vasudeva. Because the Pracheta princes were surrendered to Vasudeva, Lord Shiva willingly gave forth to see them. He willingly came. He willingly came because they are devotees. And this purport goes further. Very nice, very, very important to understand, because Sometimes we are question, is Krishna supreme? I don't know if Sesh Sai Prabhu, you are there. Yeah. When this question comes, we need references, not speculations, not kind of, if we Google it up, we may find so many things which are more perplexing us, more confusing us, isn't it? We need to have a proper channel through which we can get this understanding very systematically. And we should also understand that there is amount, when we are going to a school, when we are going to a college, when we're hearing to professors, we are not having that, oh, what you are telling, I don't know, is it really truth? No, we actually finish the whole course, and then we become qualified. And when we are applying that in practice, then we can see the result. Then we are in fact, what we studied, indeed that is what is right, isn't it? I don't know if he is joined, but so that is the process. Here we are seeing Lord Shiva is explaining, uh, and then such an opportunity is very very rare. So Lord Shiva himself personally comes, and Vasudeva, Lord Vasudeva or Krishna is described in Bhagavad Gita as Purushottam. Purushottam, we are in the chapter 15, right? Mamaivamsu jiva loke jiva bhuta sanatana mana sashtandriyani prakristani karshati. So the living entities in the conditioned world are my eternal fragmental parts. Due to conditioned life, they are struggling very hard with 6 senses, which include mind. But a devotee, here we see that Purushottama, when we are talking about Purusha means enjoyer, Uttama means the topmost. So the supreme enjoyer is Purushottam. Who is that? He is Krishna. He is the enjoyer of everything, the Prakriti and Purusha. Which means we can understand here that we are, we can say we are Purusha, but being a marginal energy, being, but we should understand that our enjoyment is not independent. Our enjoyment is not unlimited. Our experience cannot be unlimited. We are only able to enjoy by giving pleasure to the Lord. So, being influenced by 3 modes of material nature, the living entity tries to dominate material nature, but actually he is not the Purusha, enjoy, but Prakriti. This is what is happening. So when we are under the spell of Maya, then what we tend to think that, hey, I am Purusha, I am the enjoyer, I should be the enjoyer. But actually, he is not the Purusha, but Prakriti. Why? Because we are affected by the Prakriti. Apareyam itasva anyam prakritim vidhi me param. Thus, Jiva, or living entity, is actually Prakriti or the marginal energy of the Supreme Lord. So, this is an understanding that comes only when we take to the teachings of Bhagavad Gita. Otherwise, we can always, or we tend to start believing that, hey, I am the supreme enjoyer. No, I'm okay. No, I'm okay. I'm a reasonable enjoyer. After all, I may not be enjoying like the Supreme Lord, but I'm an enjoyer. Let me enjoy independently. Then we should understand that Prakriti, the nature of Prakriti is to be enjoyed. So actually, we are to be enjoyed. So which means we are Prakriti. But because of covering, we start to think that I am the Purusha, enjoyer. By endeavoring to dominate material nature, the living entity simply struggles hard for existence. Indeed, he struggles so hard to enjoy himself that he cannot even enjoy the material resources. Thus, he is sometimes called Prakriti or Jiva, for he is situated in marginal potency. When living entity is covered with the 3 modes of material nature, he is called Jiva Samyita. There are 2 kinds of living entities. There are 2 kinds of living entities. One are Kshara, the second one is Akshara. Kshara refers to those who have fallen down and became conditioned. So, from the spiritual world, who has fallen down, who have become conditioned, they are called Kshara. And Akshara refers to those who are not conditioned. The vast majority of living entities live in the spiritual world and are actually Akshara. They are in the position of Brahman, pure spiritual existence. They are different from those who have been conditioned by the three modes of material nature. So we have to understand that even jivas are of two kinds, kshara and akshara. Kshara, jivas are one who have fallen down and who are conditioned, who are under the influence of material nature. And the other are, they have not fallen because they have the understanding that they are eternal servants of the Lord, or not that is already a top level. Maybe not even needed that level of understanding. Akshara means they have not fallen down because they have attained the position of Brahman, where they are in the spiritual existence. So in that way, being above Lord Krishna, who is Krishna, he is above both of them. He is not Kshara, definitely. He is not even Akshara. He is beyond that. He is described in Bhagavad Gita, 15th chapter, 18th verse. Yes, Purushottama. He is the Purushottama. The impersonalist may say that Vasudeva is the impersonal Brahman, but actually the impersonal Brahman is subordinate to Krishna. Brahmano hi pratishtaham. That Krishna is a source of impersonal Brahman is also confirmed in Brahma Samhita. Yasya prabha prabhavato jagadanda koti. So this purport is filled with a lot of understanding that can clarify so many questions that we have. Thus, in all respects, Vasudeva, Krishna, the Supreme Lord, and Lord Shiva is very satisfied with those who are completely surrendered to Krishna. Complete surrender is desired by Krishna, as he indicates in the last chapter of Bhagavad Gita, 1866. Sarva dharma parinyancha mamekam sharanam vraja. So this is the first understanding, that who are devotees, what is their position, and then there is this word in the text, in the shloka of this. It is yah param rah ramhasa sakshat. This ramhasa means controller. Param ramhasa means eternal transcendental controller, and sakshat, Prabhupada is mentioning, that means directly. There are many so-called devotees, but actually they are only karmis and gyanis, for they are not directly devotees of Lord Krishna. We may see here, how are we categorizing people? We are categorizing people based on two things. If someone believes Lord, then we call them as theists, right? And if someone is not following, not accepting God, we are calling them as atheists. Satish Prabhu, isn't that? Two kinds of people. Theism is there and atheism is there, and people following those isms are accordingly called. But again, when we talk about theists, we can't say that everyone is a devotee, because what are they doing? That determines who are they. But actually, they are only karmis and gyanis, for they are not directly devotees of Lord Krishna. If someone is taking to path of karmis, sometimes offer results of their activities to Lord Vasudev. And this offering is called karma arpanam. Arpanam means to offer. What are they offering? Whatever the result that is coming out of their work, they are giving it. Karma arpanam. These are considered to be fruitive activities. For the karmis, consider Lord Vishnu to be one of the demigods, like Lord Shiva, like Lord Brahma. They are thinking Lord Vasudeva is also one god, so let us offer. Yeah, I am choosing. There are 3 crore gods, among which Lord Nrsimha is there, Lord Vasudeva is there, and I'm choosing out of my own, connection, out of my what do you call, good, feeling good about a god. Let me go and accept. No, so in that way, the karmis, they are considered to be. These are considered to be fruitive activities. For the karmis, consider Lord Vishnu to be one of the demigods, like Lord Shiva, Lord Brahma. Because they consider Lord Vishnu to be on the same level with demigods, they contend that surrendering to demigods is as good as surrendering to Vasudeva. This is our problem. Our problem is because we do not know the position of Lord Vasudeva. Then because I am also thinking, okay, he he is also well known. He also had done some leelas. There are also, okay, Lord Brahma did some leelas, Lord Shiva did some leelas, Lord Indra did leelas, Agni did. So okay, all are same. Let's worship equally, or let me choose one. That's fine. Let me do. But the intention is only there. So he is contending to that level. This contention is denied herein, because if it were true, Lord Shiva would have said that surrender unto him. If everyone is same, why would he go to Prachetas and then he is so much pleased and appreciates Prachetas for their great devotion to Lord Vishnu? He would say, hey, I am here. Uh, where are you going? Where is Lord Vishnu? You have to look for him. Rather, I am already here. Why don't you worship me? No, he didn't do that. Lord Vasudeva, Vishnu, or Brahma. Lord Shiva would have said that surrender unto him. Lord Vasudeva, Vishnu, or Brahma is same. No, he didn't say. We usually have this sense of, oh, Trimurtis are same. However, Lord Shiva does not say this because he himself surrenders unto Vasudeva. And whoever else surrenders unto Vasudeva is very, very dear to him. What is the conclusion from this? What is that a devotee of Lord Shiva is not dear to Lord Shiva? Very careful. I repeat again. What does this conclude? So, if someone is worshipping Lord Shiva, if someone is a devotee of Lord Shiva, yeah, that might not please Lord Shiva so much. What is actually pleasing for him is, but a devotee of Lord Krishna is very dear to Lord Shiva. So this is the understanding. And then it goes further. Swadharma nishta sata janmabhi puman virinchitam etita tatah param hi mam avyakritam bhagavatosta vaishnavam yeah padam yataham vibuddha kalatyaye. A person who executes his occupational duties properly for 100 births, Lord Shiva is saying, such a person who is a dharmagya, who has performed for whatever understood what is the duty, and if he just follows that duty and he does it for 100 births, he becomes qualified to become to occupy the post of Brahma. And if he becomes more qualified, he can approach Lord Shiva. A person who is directly surrendered to Lord Krishna, Vasudeva, or Vishnu, is in unalloyed devotional service, is immediately promoted to the spiritual planets. Spiritual planets. Lord Shiva and other demigods attain these planets after the destruction of this material world. So in this purport also is very long, which gives a theory of evolution. We may have heard Darwin's theory of evolution, that became this became that. Here we can see, yeah, Prabhupada gives very nice in reference. Yeah, was it this week? Jayadev Goswami's disappearance was there, right? Jayadev Goswami, who is a Vaishnava poet, he writes the first one when we talk about Matsya Avatar, right? He says, Pralaya Payodi, Jale Dhitavan Asi Vedam. So we know that when the Vedas were getting submerged, and how Lord came as in the form of fish, he protected. So here Prabhupada gives us what does it mean? Let us begin tracing the evolutionary process from the point of devastation. When we talk about from Pralaya came everything, right? First Pralaya. It was not that Pralaya came as the last avatar. Pralaya, we can see that it came first. And from there, what happened when the whole universe is filled with water? Payodi Jale, Datavan, Asivedam. So, actually, there was first, yeah, aquatics. When the whole universe is filled with water, at that time, what will be there? Obvious, right? Fishes. When the whole universe is filled with water, it has the fishes, and then from fishes and other aquatics, from these evolve creepers, trees, etc. From these insects and reptiles evolve, and from them birds, beasts, uh, and then human beings, and finally civilized human beings. Now, the civilized human being is at a junction where he can make further evolutionary progress in spiritual life. So, we also know that, yeah, once a jiva comes into a body of a non-human, yeah, we know that he goes through some evolutionary process. Yeah, first what is that, next what is what, and in that way we see here, and finally in the beasts again it is the cow. Now finally from the cow then he becomes a human. I mean, in that way, when one comes to human, again in the human, based on his karma, based on his uh, inclination to spirituality, then he can become civilized human being and a successful human. Now the civilized human being is at a junction where he can make further evolutionary progress in the spiritual life. Here it is stated swadharma nishta, that when a living entity comes to a civilized form of life, there must be swadharma. Swadharma, Prabhupada explains that what is our dharma, we need to know. Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, Chatur Varnam Maya Shrishtam. So Lord created that four Varnas, Guna Karma Vibhagashaha. Yeah. So based on, according to the three modes of material nature, the work ascribed to them, the four divisions of human societies were created. And in the civilized human society, there must be divisions of Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra, and everyone must properly execute his occupational duty in accordance with these division. Here it is described Swadharma Nishta. We have to understand. Otherwise, he is not better than an animal. Oh, human beings genuinely should be civilized human beings. Otherwise, they are as good as animals. What are we called? Dvipada Pashu. The beasts have four legs, maybe two hands, two legs, but we call them as legs. We are Dvipada Pashu. What is that? If we ourselves still continue to engage in the four busy activities, what is that? Eating, sleeping, mating, defending. Animals also do. What that makes us different is Athat Brahma Jigyasa, to engage ourselves in that thought, to understand is there escape? Yes. How to escape? By practicing regulation. What is that? By following Swadharma. By engaging ourselves in the Dharma. So it is also mentioned here in that whoever executes his occupational duty Swadharma for 100 births, for instance, if a Brahman continues to act as a Brahman, becomes eligible for promotion to Brahmalok, the planet where Lord Brahma lives. There is also a planet called Shivalok or Sada Shivalok, which is situated in a marginal position between the spiritual and material worlds. If after being situated in Brahmalok, one becomes more qualified, he is promoted to Sada Shivalok. Similarly, when one becomes even more qualified, he can attain Vaikuntha Lok. The Vaikuntha Loks are targets for everyone, even the demigods, and they can be attained by a devotee who has no desire for material benefit. As indicated in Bhagavad Gita 8:16, one does not escape material miseries even if he is elevated to Brahmalok. So material miseries are there even in Brahmaloka. Abrahma Bhuvana Lokan Punar Avartino Arjuna. So Krishna is saying, even if one goes to that level, even Brahma Lok, there is miseries are there. Similarly, one is not very safe even if he is promoted to Shivalok, because the planet of Shivalok is marginal, which means there is some space which is in contact with material and some which is connected to spiritual. However, if one attains Vaikuntha Lok, he attains the highest perfection of life and the end of evolutionary process. Mam upetya tu kaunteya punarjanmana vidyate. So Krishna is saying, what is the end of this? He is to attain that. In other words, it's confirmed here in that a person in human society who has developed consciousness must take to Krishna consciousness. So if we are saying, hey, I have consciousness, but if I'm not taking Krishna consciousness, then I'm as good as animal. I'm non-human. So tyaktva deham punarjanma naiti mam etis Arjuna. Krishna is saying that if one a devotee is fully in Krishna consciousness who is not attracted by any other lok or planet, including Brahma, Shiva lok, he is immediately transferred to Krishna lok, Mam Eti. That is the highest perfection of life and the perfection of evolutionary process. Otherwise, we get stuck at that junction. Just imagine, huh? We are at that point. We are at that point where you are going in circles. You're going in circles again and again and again. You can't get out. You can't come out of it. No, there is a way out. There is end goal, and it is to attain Vaikunta. Ata Bhagavata Yuyam Priyasta Bhagavan Yata Na Mad Bhagavatanam Cha Preyan Anyosti Karhichit. You are all devotees of Lord, and as such, I appreciate that you are as respectable as the Supreme Personality of Godhead. What Lord Shiva is saying, why did Lord Shiva come? Okay, obvious. He wants to bless the Prachetas for success. Not only that, he's saying, hey, you are a Vaishnava, which means you're as equal to as Supreme Lord in terms of worshipping. So he's saying, as such, I appreciate that you are as respectable as the Supreme Personality of Godhead Himself. A Vaishnava is to be given highest order of respect. Sometimes when people say, hey, respect, yeah, why? We should respect everyone equally. Yes, but then if someone is Vaishnava, he should be given topmost respect. I know in this way that the devotees also respect me, that I am dear to them. Thus, no one can be as dear to the devotees as I am. So, here we see Lord Shiva is very dear to devotees. Why? Because he appreciates Bhagavata. Atha Bhagavata Yuyam. All of you are who? You are Bhagavatas. Bhagavatas means devotees. Atha Bhagavata Yuyam Priyasta Bhagavan Yata. So, and you are very dear to the Lord. Na mad bhagavatana na mad bhagavatanam cha preyan anyosti karhichit. So this means that thus no one can be as dear to the devotees as I am. I am very dear to whom? Krishna, Shiva is Lord Shiva is clearly saying here. He is very dear to devotees of Lord Vasudeva. In this, Prabhupada starts the purport saying, it is said, Vaishnavanam Yata Shambho. Lord Shiva is the best of all devotees. Therefore, all devotees of Lord Krishna are also devotees of Lord Shiva. So, there is nothing like, there are two parties here. If one is very sensible, one is very careful, one is very expert in understanding the Tattva, here we can see that Lord Shiva is the best of all devotees. Therefore, all devotees of Lord Krishna are also devotees of Lord Shiva. How this logic fits here is because Vaishnavas are very dear to Vaishnavas, isn't it? And the top of them, Lord Vishnu, so Lord Shiva, is the best of all devotees. Therefore, all devotees of Lord Krishna are also devotees of Lord Shiva. In Vrindavan, there is Lord Shiva's temple called Gopeshwar. The gopis used to worship not only Lord Shiva, but also Katyayani, Durga as well. But their aim was to attain the favor of Lord Krishna. That is the most important. Usually, there is no conflict if we have this clarity. When we have this clarity, what is the purpose of worship? Is indeed we have to understand from the personality. For example, Lord Shiva, what does he want? He wants that we become expert in serving his master. Therefore, all devotees of Lord Krishna are also devotees of Lord Shiva. A devotee of Lord Krishna does not disrespect Lord Shiva, but worships Lord Shiva as the most exalted devotee of Lord Krishna. Yes, he is the Lord, but definitely he is also the best among the devotees of Lord Krishna. That is a complete understanding. Consequently, whenever a devotee worships Lord Shiva, he prays to Lord Shiva to achieve the favor of Krishna, and he does not request material profit. That is the thing that differentiates. What is that? That when we worship Lord Shiva, our intentions are not how to get moksha or how to become more rich, how to become uh, protected in this material world. No, how to become more powerful. Like Ravana, he did tapasya. We know how uh, various other Rakshasas like Bhasmasura, Vritrasura, so many, they went to please Lord Shiva. For what? For material profits. No. Huh? A devotee and approaches Lord Shiva, worships so that he can get blessings, so that he can serve his master, who is also our master. So in Bhagavad Gita 7:20, it is said generally people worship demigods for some material profit. Hmm? Kama, that is uh, that is the thing. Because of that, driven by material lust, they worship demigods, but a devotee never does so, for he is never driven by material lust. That is the difference between a devotee's respect for Lord Shiva and an asura's respect for him. The asuras worship Lord Shiva, take some benediction from him, misuses the benediction, and ultimately is killed by the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who awards him liberation. So, so here we see, hmm, because Lord Shiva is a great devotee of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, he loves all the devotees of the Supreme Lord. So Lord Shiva told Prachetas that because they were devotees of Lord, he loved them very much. Lord Shiva was not kind and merciful only to Prachetas. Anyone who is a devotee of Lord Vishnu, he is very dear to Lord Shiva. Not only are the devotees dear to Lord Shiva, but he respects them as much as he respects the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Similarly, the devotees of the Supreme Lord also worship Lord Shiva as the most dear devotee of Krishna. This is the complete understanding. They do not worship him as a separate personality of Godhead. It is stated in the list of Nama Aparas that it is an offense to think that chanting of the name of Hari and chanting of Hara or Shiva are the same. The devotees must always know that Lord Vishnu is the supreme personality of Godhead and that Lord Shiva is his devotee. A devotee should be respected. Devotee should be offered respect on the level of the supreme personality of Godhead. So when we come across a devotee, we should give him complete respect as good as we can. We are offering it to Lord, the Supreme Lord, and sometimes even more respect. Indeed, Lord Rama, we see the personality of Godhead himself sometimes worshipped Lord Shiva. If a devotee is worshipped by the Lord, why should a devotee not be worshipped by other devotees on the same level with Lord? So when the Lord himself is showing, worshipping Lord Shiva, why not the devotees of Lord Ram, of Krishna, should worship Lord Shiva? This is the conclusion. From this verse, it appears that Lord Shiva blesses the asuras simply for the sake of formality. Actually, he loves one who is devoted to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. In the case of Ravana, in the case of other asuras, they had to do great austerities, tapasyas, and then Lord Shiva appears. But in the case of devotees, the Lord, he want to offer them all respects as good as that he offers to Lord Krishna, so that he himself came here and offered. Now I shall, so I don't know till what verse did you read? 36, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
Prabhuji.
Yeah. So, and now, yeah. Lord Shiva, he is saying, now I shall chant one mantra. Idam viviktam japtavyam pavitram mangalam param. We all in our life are looking for what? Attaining purity. Which means the mantra that we chant should be pure, should be all auspicious, and also should be transcendental. So he's saying, I will give you one mantra which is very, very transcendental, pure, and auspicious, but is the best prayer for anyone who is aspiring to attain the ultimate goal of life. Nishreha karam chapi. Nishreyasa means very beneficial. Shreya is not just is just normal. Nishreyasa karam. Uh, uh, it's all and then shruyatam tad vadami yaha. So now carefully here. This is very important. When we come across such jewels, we should benefit from that. What does it mean? Shravanam is very important. Shravanam can be best when we understand that I am very fallen, when we understand our limitations, when we understand that how hopeless we are, how desperate we need, then our attentiveness of chanting, our attentiveness of hearing, our attentiveness of uh, um, to the teachings of Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam goes more deeper. The words Viviktam is very significant. No one should think of prayers recited by Lord Shiva as being sectarian. Rather, they are very confidential, so much so that anyone desiring the ultimate prosperity or auspicious goal of life must take the instructions of Lord Shiva and pray to and glorify the Supreme Lord, as Lord Shiva himself did. So, saying so, Maitreya Rishi, he continued, out of his causeless mercy, Lord Shiva, a great devotee of Lord Narayana, continued to speak to the kings who were standing with folded hands. So Lord Shiva voluntarily came to bless the sons of king as well as to do something beneficial for them. This is a Vaishnav, and best Vaishnav. He is ever eager to help aspiring devotees. When we want to become devotees. So Lord Shiva, he voluntarily came to bless the sons here, and he personally chanted the mantra so that the mantra would be more powerful, and he advised that the mantra be chanted by the king's sons. We understand here very important. How many of us have heard Gayatri mantra on tapes? How many of us heard on YouTube's or any sound spaces? Anyone heard? Or Mrityunjaya mantra? No, you don't know these mantras?
Yes, Prabhu, we have heard.
Huh? Just because, yeah, okay, it's very powerful. Surya mantra, Agni mantra, Varuna, all the, what do you call this? Navagraha mantras. So many mantras are there, right? And because we are in 21st century, everything is very easily, freely available. Yeah. No, it doesn't has the same potency. Here we can see Lord Shiva is giving the mantra. This is very important. When a mantra is chanted by a great devotee, the mantra becomes more powerful. Although the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra is powerful in itself, a disciple upon initiation receives the mantra from his spiritual master, Harinam Diksha. What is the speciality of such a Diksha? Why should one take to Diksha? Why can't, come on, when Hare Krishna Mantra has all power, why can't we just stay without taking Diksha, without becoming a disciple? By becoming disciple, I may have to fulfill so many obligations. By becoming a disciple, I am restricted. By becoming a devotee, a disciple, I have to surrender. So many reasons. No, when Maha Mantra has all power, why not just go on? The purport Prabhupada writes, Although the Hare Krishna Mahamantra is very powerful itself, a disciple upon initiation receives a mantra from his spiritual master. For when the mantra is chanted by the spiritual master, it becomes more powerful. Now the question comes, oh no, he didn't chant the mantra in my ear. No? Adirasa Prabhu, when your initiation happened, did Maharaj chanted the mantra in your ear? I don't know. Who are available? Dinath Prabhu? Did your Guru Maharaj come and spoke the Mahamantra in your ear? Anyone else? Experience? How did it happen?
Krishna Prabhuji, at least not in Krishna conscious, but generally in Upanayanam, they will, put a cloth and then they will tell the Mahamantra. Yes, right, Prabhuji. So,
No, but then here we are talking about in ISKCON we call as first initiation, which is Harinam Diksha, giving the name.
okay, sorry. Prabhuji.
It's not just okay. Harinam Diksha means, oh, one is getting a devotee's name, that's why it's called Harinam. No, Harinam Diksha, where actually the spiritual master is chanting on our beats. So there is a difference, yeah. On that particular day, one is getting uh, the name change, one is getting the instructions based on the avoidance of the 10 offenses to the holy name. This is fine. The Kantimala is changed, but there is also this Japamala that is changed, where one is getting the by the blessings of spiritual master Tulsi Japamala, on which the spiritual master has done Japa. So that way it's not ordinary, but it's empowered. So in a disciple upon initiation receives the mantra from his spiritual master. And of course then there is second initiation where the Gayatri is given to the devotee, to his disciple. Guru gives, he is uttering this, as you said, na, Upanayana Sanskar, how the Gayatri is, yeah, given by covering and all. That is given. So what is happening is one can't simply pick and choose whichever, oh, I know this is very powerful, let me do it. Just like the Rishi who got a sword in his hand that Indra gave. That Rishi or that Muni was almost perfect. The sage has attained perfection that he can even become Indra. So Indra came and he gave his sword and he said, can you hold it for a while? I need to attend nature call. And when the sword came in his hand, he was just fascinated by its sharpness, by its shine and all. Then he started moving it. Wow, what a nice blade. Wow, nice sound. And he was just moving swiftly and he chopped so many heads of the animals, of the trees and all. So we should understand these mantras. We can't play with these mantras. Mrityunjaya mantra, oh, it's okay, let me overcome death. Then what will we do if we overcome the death? What is the purpose of overcoming the death? What do we want to do? Why do we want to overcome death? The purpose is to engage in service of the Lord. It is not just, what is that? Trayambakam yajamahe sugandhim pushtivardhanam urvarukam vandhanat mrityor mukshimamrutat. Okay. May there not be death, may there be amrit. Yeah. Mrityor mukshimamrutat. Okay. Always looking, okay, how can I prolong the life? I don't know. Personally, Mataji said, this week we were discussing about this topic.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, yes.
Yeah. On the occasion of birthdays, I think, I don't know, some came up, right? And then we were discussing, okay, what does it mean? Yeah, I was telling about this now when Rishi Kumar Prabhu was saying, hey, I think you are either 21 years old or 18 years old. I think the topic came, and then we were discussing there is a village where the life span of the people was very less. Some had a lifespan of 8 years, some had 6 years, someone had 7 years, 11 years, and that's it. No one was old. Why? Because their age was count based on the service they have done. If they have done one service, that day is counted. Okay, they lived. Anyway, side topic. But so here we see here that mantras, yeah, the mantras are, yeah, are nice. We can disconnect from this mundane world and connect to the spiritual world. That's all fine. But when these mantras are powerful, we should be very careful to utter properly. We need to also have eligibility. We need to also qualify, and after qualification we can't just say, hey, now I am qualified. We can't have the self-schooling mentality where, oh, it's okay, let me take risk. After all, if it doesn't work, there is not so big loss. No, we have to be very careful. A small, yeah, the example we have is about this Indrasan became a Nidrasan, and then Kumbhakarna had to sleep and eat, sleep and eat, sleep and eat. I don't know what mantras, if we are chanting, what can happen. Uh, we don't want, because we are in the human form, we are in that junction where we want to get out of this suffering. So that is our goal. So we have to be very careful, very simple. We have to take to a proper Diksha process. We have to surrender, we have to accept in the Guru Parampara. You can't just say, hey, anyone can become my Guru if he is knowing little more or if he is having more followers. No, we have to understand Parampara. Evam Parampara Prapti. Krishna is saying this in Bhagavad Gita. so, so for when the mantra is chanted by the spiritual master, it becomes more powerful. Lord Shiva advised the sons of king to hear him attentively, for inattentive hearing is offensive. So, and then Lord Shiva is address the Supreme Personality of Godhead with following prayer. What is that he said? Shri Rudra Uvacha, the Lord Shiva is saying, Jitamta Atmavid Varya Swastaye Swastir Astume Bhavatarādhasa Radham Sarvasma Atmane Namaha. So he's saying, O Supreme Personality of Godhead, all glories unto you. You are the most exalted of all self-realized souls. Since you are always auspicious for the self-realized, I wish that you be auspicious for me. You are worshipable by virtue of all perfect instructions you give. You are the super soul. Therefore, I offer my obeisances unto you as a supreme living being. So this is the Rudra Gita is starting from here. The first prayer what he offered is he is saying Jitam. Jitam means all glories. Jitam ta Atmavid Varya. Atmavid Varya means self-realized best among them. With Varya. Varya means who is topmost. And then Swastaye, Swastir Astume. Unto the auspicious, let there be even on me. You are all auspicious, you are the best among it. May you please also grant some auspicious unto me. So this should be that. I mean, all these prayers are wonderful for us to understand that through this we may learn how to offer prayer. All glories unto you. As soon as a devotee is inspired by the Lord to offer the Lord a prayer, the devotee immediately glorifies the Lord in the beginning by saying, all glories unto you, my Lord. What are we saying? Please accept my humble obeisances. We are offering, right? What does it mean? When we are asking, please accept my humble obeisances. Please accept. So this, and all glories to Shri Shri Guru and all glories to Gauranga. That's how we start. We are, that shows that's etiquette to offer prayers. To offer prayers. He is considered. The Lord is glorified because he is considered to be the chief of all self-realized souls. As said in Vedas, Katha Upanishad, Nityo Nityanam Chetas Chetananam eko bahunam vidadati kaman. Yeah, this is Kathopanishad 2:13 here. The Supreme Being is the chief living being amongst all living beings. There are different kinds of living beings. Some of them are in this material world and some are in the spiritual world. Those who are in the spiritual world are known to be completely self-realized, because on the spiritual platform, the living entity is not forgetful of his service to the Lord. When we were talking about Akshara, right? The people who come under Akshara category, they very well know that the business of a Jiva is to do what? To always engage in the service of the Lord. Those who are in the spiritual, they are not forgetful. Therefore, in the spiritual world, all those who are in the devotional service of the Lord are eternally fixed, for they understand the position of the Supreme Being as well as their own position. Thus, amongst self-realized souls, the Lord is known as the perfectly self-realized soul. So, this when the individual soul is fixed in his knowledge of the Lord, he actually becomes established in all auspicious position. So Lord Shiva prays here in that his auspicious position continue eternally by virtue of the Lord's mercy upon him. So Lord Shiva himself is praying, "Oh Lord, please continue to show your mercy upon me." So this this seeking mercy from the Lord is a continuous business. Yeah, we may not think, hey, okay, I went to the temple on Sunday. On Sunday, I have prayed. My Lord has mercy. Yeah, He has showered His mercy upon me. And next day, no, I am busy. And again, Saturday comes, or a festival comes, or that comes, or a theatra comes, or whatever comes. We may think, okay, these, no. Every day, may Lord shower His mercy continuously. Lord Shiva is praying for that. Who are we? The Supreme Lord is all perfect, and Lord instructs that one who worships Him also becomes perfect. Matta smritir jnanam apohanam cha. The Lord is situated as super soul in everyone's heart, but He is so kind to His devotees that He gives them instructions by which they may continue to progress. So why are we praying? We are praying so that the Lord directs us from within and without. Within means from inside our heart as Chaitya Guru. From without means as what? From the spiritual master whom we accepted. When we accept a guru, the purpose is not that, okay, in society I belong to society, I belong to this group, I belong to this sect, I belong to this cult, I belong to this nation. No, it's not all these things. When we are accepting a spiritual master, it means that I am your servant and you are my master. I am surrendering to you, so you guide me in your service. The Supreme Lord is all perfect. This is what is the understanding that a guru gives. Dami buddhi yogam tam yema yena mam upayantite. The Lord is always ready to give instructions to the pure devotees so that the devotee can advance further and further in devotional service. So we should understand who is real guru. The real guru is first he is practicing it, or he has attained it. Again, in gurus there are different levels. Yeah, so the one, we may not simply say, hey, why is this uh, Madhavendra Puri is life is like this, can we also do like that? No, we have to understand who are in which stage. We can't simply say imitate, or we cannot just do what Nityananda Prabhu did, or Advaita Acharya Avadhuta has done. No, we have to understand who is at Avadhuta stage, who is at a Guru stage, who is at a Goswami stage. So many levels we can understand, and then accordingly seek the blessings and engage in their instructions. Since the Lord gives instructions as Sarvatma, this is very important. The super soul, Lord Shiva offers his Sarvatma. Lord Shiva offers his respect with the word Sarvasma Atmane Namaha. Sarvasma, okay. I think there is some typo here. Sarvatma Atmane Namaha. I think let me go to the verse once. Sarvasmai. Sarvasmai, the Supreme Soul. Sarvasmai. Sorry, I read wrong. Sarvas, in the purport, Sarvasmai, I is missing. Sarva, Sarvasva Ma Atmane Namaha. The individual soul is called Atma. The Lord is also called Atma as well as Paramatma. Being situated in everyone's heart, the Lord is known as Supreme Atma. Therefore, all obeisances are offered unto him. In this regard, one may refer to the prayer Queen Kunti is offering. What is she saying? That the Lord is always ready to give instructions to the Paramahamsas who are completely liberated from all contaminations of the material world. The Lord always gives instructions to such exalted devotees to inform them how they can remain fixed in devotional service. Huh? So similarly in Bhagavatam, there is this Te Atma Rama, Atma Ramascha Munayo Nir Grantha Api Urukrame Kurvanti Ahaitukim Bhaktim Ittam Bhuta Guno Harihi. The word Atma Rama refers here is to those who are not interested in material world but interested in spiritual realization. So only for them, such self-realized persons are generally categorized into two categories. One is impersonal and one is personal. However, impersonalists also become devotees when they are attracted by devotional uh, qualities of the Lord, personal qualities of the Lord. Lord Shiva, the conclusion is that Lord Shiva wanted to remain fixed in devotion. As explained in the following verses, Lord Shiva never desires to merge into existence of the Supreme Lord like the impersonalist. Rather, he thinks that it would be good fortune for him to continue to be fixed in the understanding of Lord as a Supreme Being. By this understanding, one realizes that all living entities, including Lord Shiva, Lord Brahma, and other demigods, are servants of the Supreme Lord. I'll stop here, by the way. We cover other series of verses. I think we are with 33, 34. From 34 to, I hope we'll cover few more because this is very, very important, which tells us uh, what are the prayers that Lord Shiva has offered, Rudra Gita. Until maybe 43 we will go, and then we'll continue from there. What ultimate message? This Rudra Gita, Lord Shiva is not again singing on his own. He got this from Lord Brahma. So that's how we take it, and then we get blessed by understanding the essence of Rudra Gita and applying that, which is ultimately to approach the Supreme Lord Vasudeva. Okay, thank you very much. Anything anyone want to share here or add? How was it to know more?
Hare Krishna Prabhu. It is very, it's excellent, and I'm not sure like everyone have it taught on, but I have few confusion. I don't know, like something mysterious about Lord Shiva. I could not understand. From the celestial perspective, we know that Lord Shiva's abode is Shiva Lok. As you said, it's a marginal between material and spiritual world. So we can say that it's outside our universe, which has been created by Mahavishnu. Or how the appearance of Lord Shiva happened. I mean, we know from Brahma appeared from the navel of Garbhodakshay Vishnu, but how Lord Shiva appeared, or is it some manifestation of Mahavishnu, or?
You are in the mute, Prabhuji.
Okay, so I was saying that Sada Shiva, Shiva. I will share a link, and then we come across Rudra, Shambhu. So Sadashiv means Lord Shiva in his pure form, who is none other than Mahavishnu. So there is this description. I'll find the exact reference which gives. So the Lord is manifested in his purest form in Sadashiv. He's always there. So who is always immersed in praying to Lord. So there is a description. I think I have already shared. There is no difference between Mahavishnu and Sadashiv. Yeah.
Mm.
And then when he is coming, we also know this, that Rudra is coming from where? When you are asking what is the origin, right? So
Yes.
then the same Sadashiv, he appears as a Guna avatar also. We know this Brahma, Vishnu and Mahesh, right? Mahesh, when Lord Shiva is coming, he is coming as a Guna avatar. So it is not, he is none other than same the Vishnu who is expanding in the form of Shiva. So from Vishnu also comes Brahma. From Brahma we can see, okay, from the navel, that's why Lord is called Pankaja Nabha. Right? So we see that Rudra has come from Lord Brahma's eye, or between the eyes, from this point. Why? Because when Brahma has progenited people, created people for expansion or populating the universe, the Kumaras, uh, Narad Muni, what he did, he himself didn't want to get into this business of grahastha and family life and all. And then he left, and then when Brahma created more, and then he also converted them, and it happened twice, thrice. Then Lord Brahma became very disturbed, and from his forehead, from the point between the two eyes, uh, Rudras came. So this Rudra came. So who's none other than Lord Shiva? He came in this. And actually there is further description. I don't know authenticity of that. He is called Rudra because when he came, he was crying very, very loudly, and that's why he was called Rudra. I don't know. That's the meaning. But yeah, so Lord Shiva, who's none other than Rudra, he appeared from Brahma in that way. That's why we see that Durvas Muni, no, was it Durvas? Or yeah, Durvas Muni is anyway expansion of Lord Shiva, but there is this rishis, yeah, that's why we say they are brothers of Lord Shiva. They came. So Lord Brahma created. So in the same way, Lord Shiva is created from Brahma. In that way, we see that, okay. But again, as we said, there is Sadashiv. So who is above? So he's not this expansion. Just like Krishna is there, then there is Karanadakshai Vishnu, who is Mahavishnu. Then there is Garbhodakashai. Actually, next verse is telling about Garbhodakashai Vishnu, from whom Lord Brahma comes. So in that way, the Lord expands in innumerable forms for executing different plans. Yeah. Similarly, Lord Shiva, in Brahma Samhita, we see that there is no difference between Lord Shiva and Krishna. The only difference is that uh, just like a milk and curd, right? Curd means it's also milk, isn't it? Curd is also milk. How can we say that if there is no milk, is there curd?
No.
So we can see that curd is a form of milk.
Yes.
Of course,
Yes.
one may go from a scientific point of view. No, no, no. Milk is different, curd is different. In a sense, it is different, but at the same time, same. Why is it same? Because it indeed is coming from the milk.
Yes.
So that's what we are talking about, Sadashiv. So there is no difference. Yeah, there is no difference. Only thing is just vikara. So what is happening is just because because of the effect of acids, or because of that, how it is transforming into yogurt. It is same Krishna, because of this in use of mode, then he becomes Shiva. I'll actually find you that reference, I think, which will give exactly how these three different Shivas, who is eternally existing, who is coming. So this thing is very nicely explained there.
Yes, Prabhu. Thank you.
And anyway, this is also the reason why I'm going a little slow in this chapter, mainly because we can benefit from knowing the glories of Lord Shiva further, because Prabhupada has given very nicely the position of Lord Shiva. I mean, these initial verses are already telling a lot, but later they come also like, okay, what did Lord Shiva do then? The immediate next verses are telling about he has worshipped. First, he offered his prayers to Vasudeva, then he offered his prayers to Vasudeva, Sankarshana, uh, Pradyumna, and Aniruddha, the four Chaturvyu.
Yes.
Yeah. So he offered prayers, and then he went to offer Agni, he went to offer Soma, moon. So he offers prayers to all of them and relate them, and then finally he comes to Bhakti. Yeah. So there again, from I think the last 10 verses or 20 verses also glorify, gives us an understanding of Lord Shiva, what he emphasizes. Yeah.
Yeah. Yes, Prabhu.
Okay.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Yes.
Prabhuji, so this Rudra Gita, is it a part of this chapter? Or
Yeah, what we started is already Rudra Gita,
okay,
and these are the prayers that he got from Lord Brahma.
okay.
Yeah. Yeah, it's basically the song sung by Rudra, Lord Shiva, Rudra Gita. And it's called also like that. It's not like, okay, now we are giving a name. So it's called as a Rudra Gita.
Prabhuji, one more thing, as I have one of my friend, he is, I mean, very good in loving devotion of Lord Shiva, but he does not have this knowledge of Vaishnava, and he's not into this ISKCON association. But he is a very good friend of mine, and he mostly inclined to Lord Shiva. And also there are places in India. I mean, in India, we mostly see many peoples are there who are in so much loving and devotion for Lord Shiva. I mean, not everyone in the way of like what you say, intoxication or like those high, like they keeping them high. But they're doing all these austerities and the rituals for Lord Shiva in the festivals of Shivas and Shivratris, and also during the Shravan Mahina. So they go to Devghar and do the austerities for Lord Shiva. And so, I mean, are they really not loved by Lord Shiva? As you said, Lord Shiva does not love his devotees, but rather he loves the devotee of Lord Vishnu or Lord Krishna. Or are they doing any in the tamasic mode?
I think what I mean, rather I think I can say that we can see from the verse of what the words of Shiva are. He is more pleased by whom? He is pleased by the Vaishnavas, because even if they are approaching him, he is very easy, because this is what pleases him the most. Just like what is an example? You want to give happiness to your children, right? But the children are coming and asking you something that they are happy with. So what will please you most? You want to give the best, right?
Yes, bro.
So yeah, there will be still compassion. After all, Ashutosh, Lord Shiva is very compassionate, even to people who have no maturity. You're talking already devotees who are very good Shiva Bhaktas, right? You're
Yes,
talking
yes.
about devotee. No, he is even already compassionate upon people who are having not even that refined understanding. That is the reason he is also granting them blessings. But ultimately, yeah, he is more pleased. If at all, when we want to please, it's like when we go to Christianity, right? Yeah, we see that there are Christians who religiously follow, they religiously go to church and they are praying, they are offering prayers with right mood intention. That is one group. Yeah, there is one. Yeah, ultimately, what Jesus is saying is to offer to serve the mankind, no, to serve the Lord. He's just saying, I'm a he's just doing a messenger job, right?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, what is it? He's just telling, hey, I am sent. Or actually, this is a message of the Lord, and now he will be more pleased if we follow his instruction. Not that no, you only gave because of that I will only worship you. That's also fine. Yeah, ultimately the Lord will see, hey, he is worshipping my devotee. I'll give full blessings. So anyway, but the devotee will not think like that, right? The devotee will think, hey, why are you offering me all this? Actually, you have to offer this to my master. Hmm? And then this also happens eventually. What happens also is, if you there are two kinds of devotees who, not only in Shaivites, but if we talk, there are two who are, one looking material profit, one looking spiritual advancement. And who will be more lovingly blessed? Hmm? Whether it's Lord Vishnu or Lord Shiva, whom will be blessed lovingly? Huh? It is the one who understood what is the purpose of the prayer, what is the goal of life, what is the purpose. Yeah, not for material profit, for spiritual advancement. So he will be given. Uh, Even in a class, yeah, we can see that people. There is a class of, you are a teacher of all 40 students or 60 students, right? But definitely you show genuine interest on people who are serious of studies, isn't it?
Yes, bro.
So coming back to your question, yeah. So if someone is following, yeah, well, what happens is that Lord is blessing them. There is no question about it. Lord definitely blesses them, but ultimately He'll be more pleased if someone takes to the perfect path, which is actually, okay, you're doing fine. My blessings are for a purpose. Why am I blessing you? My purpose is that you also serve Vasudev. This is what, here we see. When Lord Shiva is blessing, what is the purpose? If I am giving some money to my kid, what is the purpose? That it is properly used, isn't it?
Yes.
Otherwise, what is the purpose of giving? Yeah, I'll give, I can give, yeah, out of compassion, I'll give. But yeah, and this is also what happens. Yeah, eventually, one who is worshipping Durga or one who is worshipping Shiva, eventually, it's a matter of time. It's a matter of time, maybe this lifetime or next lifetime, but eventually they come to understand, appreciate this, because ultimately, this is what Lord Shiva wants, that, okay, you take to the uh, devotional process of accepting Vasudev. This is what he says. So we don't, it's not like, okay, will Lord Shiva not bless them? No, definitely he will bless them. He will definitely bless them, and he will be very happy if one is because this is also dharma. Because in this chapter we come across Shiva is Dharma Vatsala. Dharma Vatsala means one who is at least following religious principles properly. Same. What is the role of Durga? As I was telling the last week, or I said, they're kind of from Devi, I don't know whom I said, from Devi Bhagavat in chapter or Canto 9. You can see that Devi expands into 5 forms. In that, there is also Radha, uh, there is also Saraswati, there is also Savitri. Uh, but ultimately, for what? Because every one of them are connected to Krishna. I mean, in the chapter, you can see how each of them are related to Krishna in the Devi Bhagavatam.
Yes, Prabhu. Maybe Lord Shiva will bless his devotees so that in the next birth he can take birth in a very pious Vaishnava family and start
Yeah.
doing Vaishnava bhajan.
Ultimately, that's what will happen. Whether one is going to Durga Devi, one is going to Shiva, one is going to other ways of deity worship, other ways of worshipping the demigods, or ultimately the point comes to this, that okay, everyone can grant blessings. Ultimately they will be more pleasing that if we can engage in the worshipping their master. And only who are envious, they do not appreciate these worships offered to the Supreme Lord. If we see also in the case of Govardhan Leela, right? We see that okay, Indra wanted to be worshipped. Yeah, but we are not talking about, and there is a whole hierarchy of how many, what is the level, how many qualities that the demigods of different levels have. How many qualities that Shiva had, how many qualities Brahma has, how many qualities Narayan have, how many qualities Krishna have. There is a whole thing, yeah. So which will tell us the position. Yep.
Yes, Prabhu.
Yeah, and this is also even in ISKCON I have seen come across devotees who have joined Krishna consciousness. They are very staunch devotee of Durga, of Kali. Someone coming from old city of Hyderabad, where there is so much activities in the mode of passion, or the mode of ignorance, or mode of so much. Yeah, one would be motivated to worship Durga, and but eventually it's a matter of time when they come to this point, when they understand this right knowledge and they connect, and then because initially everyone is attached. Oh, no, 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 I don't want to give up. I am worshipping, yes, but then when we come to these kind of instructions, when we come up, for example, here Shiva, yeah, when Lord, ultimately my job is, why I'm serving Shiva is to please him, isn't it?
Yes, Prabhu.
And what does please him the most?
By serving Lord Vishnu.
Yeah.
Yes, Prabhu.
I don't know if that answers your question. So we don't have to worry, and they don't have to worry, because Lord Shiva is, anyway, when one is offering all these things, yeah, they are doing very sincerely. They are doing, yeah. Eventually, all these efforts are to do what? To become perfect, right? To attain the highest perfectional stage. Sometimes it goes little slow because of some long paths, but eventually it's a matter of blessings. When the blessings come, you get an express ticket. Even if that journey still, yeah, if you get blessings, you have a special rider through which you can ride fast.
Yes, Prabhu. Correct.
Yeah. So I won't say that we have to wait for next life. It can happen even this life, or yeah, it's a matter of the blessings and vision.
Yeah. Yes. Correct. Thank you, Prabhu. Very.
Yeah. Yes, Shri Mataji.
Prabhuji, in this context, one time, it's my experience. Actually, I was going to Greater Kailash Temple, and there was Amog Leela Prabhu and Madhumangal Prabhu. So they are talking about their experiences, how they came to this Krishna consciousness. So Amog Leela Prabhu's experience was that he was a hardcore Shiva devotee, actually, from his childhood, and he told us because of Bhagwan Shiv, he came to Krishna consciousness, because whenever he tries to go away from the lectures, whenever he has some dream, some dream came and other things, and they told us that Shivji just push him to Krishna consciousness. No, you go to the temple, and you go to the, they have a dream of kirtans in their in night, and they told us that how many times they told us that 100 times I push myself. No, I am a Lord Shiva devotee. I didn't go to temple and by chance I have to by chance I have to just came across the temple and other things, but I am hardcore. And they used to fight with the Maharaj that no, the Shivji is greater than and all, because from childhood he is the Shiva devotee. Now he then understand, okay, what's the point. Then he attend lectures and all. What is this? Why I have so many dreams came
Yeah.
in my sleep, and why he pushed me. Then he started doing lectures and go to lectures. So by this we concluded that Shivji also Shivji now he pray Shivji as a guru,
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
he helped him to go to the Krishna consciousness. So he by this personal experience, and this is in the recent times, from a devotee, I heard from a devotee's mouth. So
Yeah.
by this we concluded that yeah, Shivji help us to go to the Krishnas. He want us, uh, when you are sincerely praised to Shivji, then he also tries that you go to the Vasudev for better upliftment for their devotees.
Yeah. Yeah. Yes, Mataji. There are so many examples. Yeah. Thanks for giving, because then we know, because Amar Leela Prabhu is well known all over, and to know how he was. Actually, I also in one of his own interviews, he told me, not told me, told the interviewer that how he knows about his past life and these things, and in that connection he just very briefly told. Yeah, he didn't give this complete understanding, but yeah. And yeah, Parth Prabhu, this is definitely a good example to see how we don't have to wait for a lifetime or lifetimes. Yeah, it's blessings of Lord Shiva that can awaken the love for Krishna. All Shiva temples are full, very full, and the prayers that they offer is also for what? That we get blessings of Lord, His blessings, so that we can attain Krishna, or even uh, love of Godhead. Yeah, I mean, I have also examples, and sometimes Krishna puts situation in such a way that one becomes a perfect Mayavad. He understood perfectly everything. Then within a matter of time, he becomes a Krishna devotee, so that now he knows everything, what is the philosophy, and then with that philosophy, he knows what is the flaws in it, or how to counteract. So all these things, we come across many devotees like that. Yeah.
Yes, Prabhu.
I can tell my own aunt. I mean, she is reading all books. Uh, um, yeah, Bhagavatam is over. The reason why I was referring this Devi Bhagavatam was because now she started reading Devi Bhagavat. Before that, she finished Bhagavatam. Before that, she finished Ramayana. In that way, she it's a kind of whole, whatever is coming, that she's just reading. But yeah, a time will come when Krishna will push from within that, yes, now you know everything, now you surrender. So yeah, every case to case, it's unique. Yeah, Satish Prabhu.
Yes, Prabhuji. Yeah. They say, sometimes it's attending Lord Shiva's quite easy than, Lord Vishnu. And
Wow, that's a very important point. Yeah, that's also very, very important. So I think this is also the reason why we see a lot of uh, devotees in Vrindavan. They visit Mahadev temple, because they see he's a Bholenath. He is very quickly pleased. Yeah, and not only that he is quickly pleased, but he is best among Vaishnavas. He has, because Lord, when we see in Ram Leela, we see that Lord Ram, he worships Lord Shiva. There's always this confusion. Oh, we usually are stuck in understanding who is supreme, who is the top. But here we see that Lord Ram is worshipping, to show that okay, for him, dear devotees are so dear to him. In that way, we can see that Lord Shiva is the topmost devotee. So by we have so many options. One is Radharani, one is Lord Shiva, we have Lord Nityananda, we have Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, we have Balaramji. So many means through which we can we can make our journey quite empowered by their blessings. Yeah. Okay, let's discuss more tomorrow. Sorry, next Saturday. I hope it's okay if we are going this slow, because there's so much content that we can think and get it more deeper. And Jai Shri Mataji, thanks for giving these nice, practical, personal example that we can appreciate that in our life. Okay, all fine. Haribol. Hare Krishna,
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yes,
Hare
Prabhu.
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram, Ram Ram, Hare.
Hare Hare. Rather than saying Hare Krishna, hello, I think at least I can remind our attention by chanting the holy name. So then, thank you very much. Vanchakalpatarabhyasya kripa sindhubhyo vacha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Hare Krishna.